Hi guys, this is your girl Mijai and this is Randoms. Welcome to my channel. If you like what you see, please share it and turn on your notification button. Today I want to talk about a very sensitive topic. I'm talking about pressure. Pressure from every angle. Pressure about your age, pressure about marriage, pressure. So a woman came to my mom's shop. So we're sitting down together and we're just gisting. Then one of our friends just walked in and was like, how are you? It's been a while. Oh. It's been a while I've seen you. So what are you doing? I hate it when people ask me that question. Like, so where are you now? Or what are you doing now? What's your business? Like, hello, I don't understand. But then, we have to be polite at every time. After all, they are our adults and, mommy's friends. And so I just said, well, I do this, I do that. I just said, okay, well done. I was expecting you to say that you are married now with kids and, you are living somewhere. I just laughed and, she just said, come back here. You are laughing. Why are you laughing? You're not supposed to be laughing. Do you know how old you are? And you are laughing. Don't you want your mommy to carry her grandchildren? I just blurted it out. Well, she has grandchildren already. Stop disturbing yourself. And she was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. She even squeezed my mouth. All those mommies that like to do like, they know you too much because they are close to your mommy. And then she just squeezed my mouth like, at my age. And I'm like, okay, this is like crossing boundaries. But okay, you probably carried me when I was a baby. So no problem. It's fine. Continue. And then she just went on to, don't you know that it's time for us to come and eat your rice? What are you even doing with yourself, sir? Don't you want to why are you like this? And then when it started to look like, okay, this woman is beginning to insult me and I couldn't take it. But, out of respect for your mother, out of respect for, and then my kind of nature, I'm not the type that my younger sister would have insulted you and walked away since. But my type of nature, I'm not the type that would do that. I would just smile and let it slide and, you know, and then she said her beads, all those things they say, all those crazy aunties and, the pressure. Won't you settle down? Blah, blah, blah. You don't want everybody to come at your right. Don't you know the joy in being kinika, in being called a missus? And I'm like, what joy? How many misses are still misses? But that's not my problem right now. My problem is what is a business? Why do people put unnecessary pressure on people? Why? After she said everything she said, I just, walked away. I just said, okay, ma, thank you, ma, and I walked away. But inside, there was a clash of conflict. I was angry. I was ashamed. I was sad, almost heading for depression. And after a while, I just told myself, no, I'm not going to allow this woman to steal my joy. Like they always do. Why do people always do that to people? Like, why do you always put unnecessary pressure? Why? Your daughter is 36? Is she the only 36-year-old lady in the building? Why your daughter is... They start from 25. Let me just put it like, once you finish your university education, they just expect that the next thing you do is marry and have children. No life, no other career, nothing. Just, do that. Or some would just say it stylishly. Auntie Maggie, we are waiting to come and eat your chicken. Like, Barolo, no, this year is your year. And I'll just be like, amen. And, and I made a post one time. I said, the next person that asks me that question, we get all the insults that I've bottled up for every other person. For the old women I couldn't talk to, for the aunties I couldn't get back at, for the uncles that I couldn't reply. The next young person or my age mate that asks me that will feel the full brunt of my anger. And this is not just about marriage or life or something. Why do people just assume that people should be at a particular place at a particular certain age? Like if you are 24, 25 and you are done with university, you should be married and settling down. Like everybody's story needs to be the same. Because another person is doing it, so you too should be doing it. My mom started with that pressure and then I had to shut her down that. At first she would compare us with her friends' children and be like, this one has married, oh, this one is settled, oh, this one, even the one that is not married, she's pregnant, she has given birth. And I'm always like, okay, there's this saying, Emma gosari, and that's what I believe. The one thing that people don't know is that this pressure you are mounting on them, they've mounted it on themselves. Do you know how many times that I have sat down and I have told myself that, God, shall let your will be done, because this thing is beginning to look like, okay, I'm late to some Let me tell you when my pressure started coming. Before I saw my period, it was late. Everybody had seen their period. I saw my period at 16. I was even scared that maybe I wasn't going to get to see my period anymore. People mount pressures on themselves before you come and add your own to it. What you are doing at that point is that you are getting them more depressed. You are only making their pressure more. And I wonder why you won't just mind your business. What happened to words like, hey, sweetheart, or even if you are not that nice, you just say, how are you? Still on it? It is well, oh, God will help us all. Comments like that, I don't react. I just say amen because I know where I'm coming from. The pressure is already killing me. I mean, I sit in my room and I think of ways that, God, if I was this person or if I had settled down with this person, maybe I would have been married now. I would have had 2 or 3 kids and, I would have been happy. Who says I would have been happy anyways? I have this pressure already going on in my mind. And then you will now come and add your own pressure. There was a time I used to be very, 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 very depressed. Like when people tell me, Maggie, you have this much talent in you. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You're so talented and you are still here. Maggie, you're not doing something right though. What's your problem? Don't you pray? Do you people realize that people inside their room, inside their heart, inside their mind, they are going through this pressure on their own. They say these silent prayers every time. Then you now make it worse for them so that when they see you coming, like they just be like, God, not today, not today. I can't afford to be sad again today. I've gotten this word so much that sometimes when they get to me like this, the way I will enter inside the room and cry, I would cry so much and I'll be like, God, let people stop asking that, don't I pray? For a while, I would go to the church, I would pray, they would do all this deliverance and all of that. And, I would realize that after coming out of it, I'll get more depressed because sometimes I would want immediate answer, forgetting that God does not work like that. God works with time. But don't bring it to my face. I already put that pressure on myself. It's my problem to deal with. It's not your own problem to make it a problem for me. And the thing is that when you do these things, you don't know that some of us, some people like me, are trying their best to actually just want to break that jinx. Guys, you need to learn to mind your business if you are in that field. Mommies, daddies, aunties, uncles, friends, relatives, people that just feel that you need to mount pressure on another person because you feel like, why not just say a word for them, a prayer? They will take it better because it would confirm the prayers that they've been praying in their hearts that, hey, God, let me just take this one, tap into it and say, God, yes, this year is my year. Don't come with criticism and say, why are you not in this one? Why are you not here yet? I have an uncle that does that. Why are you not in the limelight? You should be with Davido and Kwan. That's not how easy it works for everybody. That's not how easy it works for everybody. You should be finding ways to encourage them, not ways to bring them down. What you are doing indirectly is bringing them down. You would say, and you are so pretty. Oh, they're niwa. What that means is they will say, and you are well mannered, you're well brought up. If you were outside now, and I would say that maybe because you don't have manners, that's why men are not around you, or that's why people don't appreciate you, or that's why you are still stuck or stagnant or where you are. That's so wrong. Wrong on all levels. You don't do that to another human. I was on a trip to Abuja one time and then I met this guy in the car. He was going for his NYSC. He felt he just needed to leave the house, leave Ibadan. He's been all his life in Ibadan. Abuja was going to be a new starting point for him. Of course, things were not as rosy at home. So to collect money at home was, a problem. But I realized that, he already had this pressure on himself to, make it, to not depend on his parent, be independent. And that was pressure enough. So he kept talking. When I get there, there's this organization I want to work with that I've been trying to apply and work with, but it's not been working. So I'm hoping that when I get there, it's going to be okay because things are not okay. And I realized that this person already has enough pressure. He was not the only one. I've talked to a few other people and it's like, it's almost the same thing everywhere. Everybody's going through one or two things or the other, and they are mounting pressure on themselves already. You don't have a right to mount pressure on every other person. You don't. And one other thing is, don't forget that you are not God. You are not God. If you have this attitude of, doing that directly to people, it's not good. It's not nice. You might feel that, okay, how else will I let them know if I don't put it on them like that? No, you're wrong. It's people, even people that you are older than, because they are married and they have kids, they feel this like they are higher than you, one step ahead of you, and then they feel that they have the right to call you, to sit you down and then talk to you about how unmarried you are, or how single you are, or how you should have had 3 kids by now, or how you should have been driving a car and maybe owning a house by now. The worst of it is when they ask you, don't you pray? God. But I've learned over time not to let myself dwell on it. If you are the type that receives this much pressure, don't let yourself dwell on it. It has affected me so much that I stopped doing the things I used to do. I started to become a shadow of myself till I just realized that, let that light back in. Nobody has a right to steal your light. Nobody has a right to pressure you. The pressure you put on yourself is just enough. Nobody has a right to make that pressure worse for you. Do you get it? But let me just end this episode like this. When you see somebody and you feel that, okay, this person needs to be where so and so in your mind or in your heart because you feel like you are God, just say it, encourage them. Don't bring them down with your words. Encourage them. Don't. And if you are the type that is going through what I'm going through, don't let them bring you down. They're not God. Don't let the darkness overcome your light. Let the light in. Let the light shine bright so that God works in mysterious ways. People don't get their breaks as fast as other people get their breaks. He knows when it's time for you. So don't even allow the pressure to get to you. It's just my own 1 or 2 cents. Okay. I don't know if I made sense, but if I made sense, thank you for enjoying my sense. And if you want to be on this show, let me say it in the comment section. It's been your girl Mejai, and this has been Randoms. Thank you for vibing with me. Till next time. Peace.